Welcome everyone and thank you so much for joining in. So yesterday on my video we talked about this one very important scenario which indicated us only after overcoming some very important resistance we are going to start with this new market phase. And in our case we found out that each and every time the price of Bitcoin has started this new market phase, what has happened before? I mean, if we look at this from previous example, before we started with this new market phase, first we have ended this capitulation phase. You can see capitulation phase started around January 2015, ended around October 2015. Months of capitulation phase before starting this new market phase. Here you can see November 2018 ended around June 2019. We even had this weakness and also some corrective movement, but the price still continued this impulsive movement and also made a new all-time high. And right now guys, if we look in our case, the capitulation phase has just begun. That was the reason why I showed you that the market might not be ready for the new market phase before completing this capitulation phase and also overcoming some important obstacle. For example, the obstacle from this falling trend line. If we look at this one here, you can see before we started a new market phase, first the price of Bitcoin overcame the obstacle from this falling trend line which rejected the price couple of times. You can see only after flipping that into support, and at the same time price also finding support above 200 weekly moving average, we started this new market phase. And exactly guys, exactly same scenario unfolded here. Resistance. Once we broke out of it, price also ended this capitulation phase and we were above 200 weekly moving average. We started this new market phase. And in our case, I showed you guys the price of Bitcoin might not be ready for this new market phase. Why? Because you can see very clearly guys, the price of Bitcoin is still getting rejection from this falling trend line which hasn't led the price to break through it, and also we are below 200 weekly moving average. So now you can see guys, for this actual market phase we need a three confirmation. First, we need to end this capitulation phase which has just started. We need to overcome the resistance from this falling trend line and also end this capitulation phase. Only after that we are going to focus on this new market phase. Beside this example guys, what I also want to show you a very simple example which is flashing us a big warning sign. In the previous markdown phase from 2018, the price of Bitcoin was clearly in a downtrend. As you can see here, we were clearly in a downtrend. During this downtrend we formed this descending triangle. Descending triangle during downtrend is considered as a bearish scenario. Here, as soon as we lost the support from this lower line area, what happened? The price of Bitcoin started with this corrective movement, and only after that we had this really nice market phase. Here in our case, a very similar scenario is unfolding. Price is fighting to remain above this lower line, the flat trend line. So we know in the past price action during the downtrend, whenever we have lost the support on this descending triangle, we have started with this corrective movement. So this was one reason why I was actually warning you. In the weekly time frame, in the monthly time frame, we can see the market might not have bottomed. And also according to the descending triangle, once the support around this 18 to 19,000 gets broken, the price of Bitcoin could be starting this corrective movement which could bring the price around 11 to 12,000, consolidate around that area, and only after that maybe we can find an actual accumulation phase and start with the new market phase. Because we are aware, since the price in a weekly time frame is approaching this one very important area, the upper line resistance from the descending triangle, we have to be very careful. Why? Because if you look at the price structure here in a daily time frame using this Bollinger Band, you can see the volatility squeezes happening. Guys, now just a friendly reminder, if you haven't destroyed that like button, then do it right now. And for those individuals watching this for the first time, hit the subscribe button and the bell. Now, if you look at this Bollinger Band in a daily time frame, we are witnessing a squeeze. A squeeze in Bollinger Band indicates the upcoming volatility, and we just found with the previous example, since the price of Bitcoin right now is approaching this one very important line of resistance, what to expect next, because we have been very clear about this Bollinger Bands. A volatility contraction or narrowing of the band can foreshadow a significant advance or decline. Won't squeeze play in on a subsequent band break signal that start off a new move. A new advance starts with a squeeze and subsequent break above the upper band, but lower band, once it gets broken, the price starts with this corrective movement. So that's why, guys, that's why since this squeeze is happening, we have to remain very careful, and please do not over leverage yourself and use proper risk management, because we know this area in a daily time frame, if you look at this in a bit different way, we are approaching one very important line. Let me show you that here. So yesterday on my video, we talked about this right angle broadening wedge, and along with that we also included the head and shoulder scenario. According to this right angle broadening wedge, since the price was approaching this lower band, we were very careful, because we knew as soon as this lower band or lower line gets broken, we are not only breaking the support from this right angle broadening wedge, but we are also breaking the support from this head and shoulder. I mean, we are breaking the neckline. Breaking the neckline will trigger a sell off, and also breaking the lower line from this right angle broadening wedge will trigger a sell off. And we found out once the support around this 19,000 in the medium short term gets broken, the price could be approaching around this lower target area, which is pointing us around 17,500, 17,600. So we have to be careful, because we know the volatility squeeze is happening, and we are expecting some very volatile move in the upcoming days. And a weekly, since we are also approaching around this end part from this descending triangle, the price must decide what to do next. So this will create another pressure in price action. So we have to be very careful, because as soon as the support around 19,000 in the medium short term gets broken, things could turn ugly. And beside this, guys, beside this, what I also want to talk about is this one scenario here. So guys, now before I switch the chart, just a friendly reminder, we have up to $8,550 bonus available for our community in the description down below. If you sign up using this ref link here in Bybit, then you will be eligible to claim up to $4,450 bonus after initial deposit, and in Phemex around $4,100 bonus. So if you are an experienced trader, if you want to take advantage of this market volatility, then the link is provided in the description down below. Feel free to check it out. Now let me show you this one very interesting chart. So guys, now talking about this bearish ascending triangle, with the previous example I showed you, since the price was approaching around this neckline around 19,000, we have to be careful, because 19,000 for now is a very important support, because it has held the price couple of times, but this here in the medium short term should not break the line. I mean, the price should not break the support around 19,000. But if we look at this here, according to this bearish ascending triangle, the price, as long as we are going to remain above this 19,000 in the medium short term, we could still expect some range bound and also some relief rally type of scenario here in price action of Bitcoin in a daily time frame. Because if we look at this price structure here like this, you can see the price has clearly found support at the lower line area, which was around 19,000, upper line around 19,400, 19,500 is acting as a resistance. So in the medium short term, if the price of Bitcoin manages to flip this 19,400, 19,500 into support, then we are expecting this relief rally to show further impulsive movement towards 20,000 before again approaching around this previous resistance line, this line here, right? Keep this in mind. But if we consolidate some more around that area, then we have to understand this scenario, which is also playing out parallelly, a volatility squeeze where the lower band around 19,000 is acting as a support and 20,000 as a resistance. So we could see some more range bound before price finally starts breaking and also choosing a specific trend direction. So for now, 19,000 in the medium short term is a most important line of support which we are not allowed to break. And if the price here in the medium short term wants to show an impulsive movement, then we have to overcome this resistance around 19,400, 19,500 into support, because breaking that means the price could be slowly approaching around this rising trend line or the lower line from this bearish ascending triangle, which could bring the price again around 20,000 range. So let's hope for the best. Let's hope that the price remains around 19,000, and let's also hope that this Bollinger Band squeeze breaks here to the upper direction. So these are some of the quick update that I wanted to share with you in today's video. If you enjoyed what you just saw, then please destroy the like button, and for those individuals watching this for the first time, hit the subscribe button and the bell. So by saying this, I'm signing out. My name is Anup. Bye bye guys.